Silver and black, the shield is the legacy. Raider Greg, the OG speaking, the Raider Nation podcast on Legion. From the Oakland Coliseum to the desert sand. 7755 Raider. The Boneline is open. Commitment to excellence. Just win, baby!
Welcome, Raider Nation, to the Raider Nation podcast. I'm your host, Raider Greg. Welcome to the show. Yes, it's the show in the middle of summer. Really hard to believe for me as well because there's just things happening. So we have to keep you guys abreast of what's up. That, and of course, a very important birthday coming up on the 4th of July. Happy birthday, Al Davis. We got that and more here on show 688.
Raider Nation podcast, keeping alive. Raider Greg since 05, we continue to thrive. By the fans, for the fans, commercial free flow. Raiders are back, baby, let the world know.
All right, Raider Nation, on today's show, we will have a tribute to Mr. Al Davis, born on the 4th of July. Someone should make a movie. They should make a movie of Al Davis. I think they already have, but incredible life, incredible owner. We'll hit on that for sure. There's a lot of position battles that are happening right now as we speak. Yes, they're all off on vacation. Yes, they're enjoying their families. However, there are some people stressing about their positions because unlike days of the past, where guys were kind of grandfathered in, not this season. There's some changes going down, and it's pretty refreshing to see these position battles. I love it. I think we got a great season ahead. I can't wait.
We don't need sponsors to tell you the story. We don't need sponsors to tell you the story. Just loyalty, sweat, and the path to the glory. From the path to the glory. From the black hole to the desert sand. Held it down when they didn't understand. Now the Jets fueled up for the new campaign. Wash away the doubt, let it pour like rain.
The 2026 Las Vegas Raiders are poised to instill fear into the AFC West for the first time in many, many years. I don't say this just because I say it every year. I say this because I see it. I see the O-line. I see Tyler Lindenbaum next to JPJ, who actually will be let go and let free to be the freak he is and do things at the right guard position. Our offensive line has improved greatly. We have Trey Zoom. We don't even know where he's going to fit. Rick Dennison, the offensive line coach with several rings, is getting everybody lined up. Caleb Rogers, DJ Glaze. A lot's going to happen. There's nothing but improvement that's going to go down here because our coach knows what he's doing, and he's going to put these offensive linemen in the right place. Now, the O-line takes time to learn. It takes a few games. There's a lot that has to happen here. It's not going to all click immediately at training camp, and you already know that. But pads is going to show a lot. When they slap those pads on...
Slap a pad, partner.
Let me just tell you, you're going to find out who's a contender and who is a pretender. Enough said. Our offense looks mean and nasty with Brock Bowers and Mayer. Trey Tucker had 700 yards, close to it, 5 TDs with the team last year and the lame quarterback play. He is a talent and a phenom. Fully expect him to step up and really earn some money this year. He was on such a terrible team. We have Jalen Nailor, let's not forget. He's a transplant, came over here, Our general manager did us a great favor because he's a speed demon, got great hands. We will see him for sure playing football this year.
Jalen Nailor.
The thing that's always stood out with you is everybody has speed, but your brain, your football IQ, you're able to read things, to adjust. And it's just continued to get better. For you, at this level in your career, how do you continue to do that?
I'm just trying to find ways to improve, no matter what it is. If it's seeing things that the younger guys are getting, seeing that type of stuff, and I just play that in my mind as like I'm taking the reps. So I try to take those mental reps and just build on that type of stuff to where once I do get in, I see that coverage or I see how the defense is playing, I can adjust and do what I got to do.
You obviously have some experience playing with Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. Does that chemistry really kind of just pick back up where it left off when you get out here?
Pretty much. It feels like that. So, we just trying to grow as a group, as a whole offensive unit, and just having that chemistry with Kirk, it's been great so far, and we're just trying to keep on building on that.
Seen any differences in him kind of over the past two stops now getting here and you guys are together again?
No, I wouldn't say. I would say Kirk's the same guy he was 4 years ago. He still has those dad jokes that he loves to bring, and just the energy that he brings to the team. And when guys are making plays, he's the first one celebrating and just being happy for us to go out there and make plays.
Obviously, the Raiders making an investment in you, and on your part, there's a projection. How am I going to fit into this offense? What's my role going to be? It's been a couple months, I guess, now through OTAs and the offseason program. How do you see that evolving?
Just trying to be a guy that can play all over the field. I think Coach Kubiak does a great job of just getting his playmakers the ball. And it's not just myself. We got Trey, we got Brock, we got those guys that can do multiple things in the offense, and that's what's going to separate us as a unit, just to have guys just move around. You never know where they're going to be at on a single play.
Jalen, how much do you feel, though, if it is potentially an increased role than it was in Minnesota, that you could flourish in a bigger role?
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to the challenge. I see myself as a guy that can have that jump from snaps and just be who I am, and just try to make plays when I'm called upon and try to bring guys with me.
In 2018, when you were contemplating moving to Michigan, it was home, family, how much you love the Valley. How special was it that now your journey is bringing you back and where you get to be back?
It's a blessing, I wasn't expecting to come back here, but once I did get that call, I just took it, and I'm just very grateful to have this beautiful city. I have my family around me, things like that. So it's just a blessing.
What's your relationship been like so far with Trey Tucker, and how do you guys kind of bounce off each other and learn from one another?
Trey, yeah, he's my guy since day one. First day I got here, he's been a dog, whether it's lifting, whether it's doing the extra things, and you guys see it on the field. Like he's always flying around. He can run all day. Like Coach Kubiak has expressed to you guys as well. He has a motor that is like what we need as a receiver and as a receiver room. Just to have that type of guy that can just go and have that examples being put out day in and day out.
You're talking about the attention to detail, eliminating the gray within this offense. Mm-hmm. What's been something that stood out to you about that? But then also your role in blocking along the perimeter, which we saw so many receivers in this offense create the opportunities for the running backs.
Yeah, it's no block, no rock mentality for us as a receiver room. We got to be able to do the dirty work. Diggs.
Block no rock. Where'd that come from?
It came from my college coach, Coach Hawk. So, just having that mentality, it's not a you thing. It's more of it's a team thing. We got to be a team. This is a team sport. So, just to have that type of mentality in the receiver room, it's only gonna make things easier for us in the pass game and just marrying the run and the pass.
On the field, what's your early impressions of Fernando?
He's very smart. I would say that he's very smart, very tall as well. You know, he can see over the offensive line. He can make those throws across the field and very accurate, things like that. So, I mean, he's very eager to learn, which is very great for a rookie like him being a first-round pick. He's always trying to pick somebody's brain to, improve.
But what do you, Kurt mentioned yesterday about the sense of urgency Kubiak brings to the building every single day. What do you like about that coaching style from him?
I love it, man. You know, we're trying to be an attacking team, and with that sense of urgency, getting in and out the huddle, trying to catch the defense off guard or trying to move guys around on defense to not dictate to the offense what coverage they're going to be in. So just having that urgency, having that communication is playing a big role right now.
Kubiak mentioned this about having a player-led environment, letting the players make the decisions on certain things, whether it's the quarterback decision or any other position groups. I was wondering, what do you like about that philosophy from him?
I feel like that's what the great teams do, that when they win, they're a player-led team. So just trying to take that every day, just trying to have guys, like if somebody's messing up, like it's not going to be a coach that's saying something. We want players to correct each other and help each other out, and that's how we're going to grow and get to where we got to be.
Zach Azzani was talking about how there's not really any established roles within this receiver room just yet, and that's bred a lot of competition within the group. How have you guys kind of pushed each other through this off-season period?
We're just trying to be a whole complete room. We want guys to be able to play all three positions, inside, outside, be able to move around. So just having that competition, we're pushing each other. If somebody's making a mistake, we want to help them out, and if they're doing something right, we congratulate them. So we're just trying to build something special here, and going back to the player-led thing, like that's a huge part of this.
Aware of Brock Bowers from afar, but what's your impressions now being able to share the same building with him and work with him every day?
He's different. He's very different. Just the way he moves like a receiver, but he's big enough to be in the run game and block the ends, things like that. So, like what he brings to the table it's been nothing but amazing, and seeing it firsthand. And it's very great to see him and see how he works.
What do you think is the most underrated trait about the receiver room as a whole that people, you believe, are just, not picking up on from afar?
We don't have egos in our room, I would say. We all want to be great. We all want to win. We want to do the right things on the field, off the field, So we're just trying to be a complete room, to have guys go in. Like if somebody comes in for another player, we want the same expectations for that player when they come in. So just having that type of mindset and just trying to build and just keep growing.
I think that when you look at Justin Jefferson, obviously in Minnesota, established himself as one of the best in the league, and he's considered a number one. And you draft Jordan Addison in the first round, he's considered the next tier wide receiver. And then you had the opportunities, but obviously less and far because of the guys in front of you. Now when you get here to the Raiders who sought you in free agency and people say, hey, they still need a number one wide receiver, what's the conversation like in that room about the need of possibly a number one wide receiver when you have so many guys who are proving that they can be a number one receiver?
I feel like we don't even really think like that. We just try to go out and do what we can when the play is called, try to make the play and try to be in the right spot at the right moment. We're not looking at it like, oh, we need a number one wide receiver or X receiver, things like that. So that's not our mindset. Our mindset is just focusing on each day and just growing together as a group.
Is that unique? Is that sort of unique, I guess, in a way where there's not a set wide receiver one, wide receiver two? And is that Kubiak wanting you guys as an offense to be so versatile?
Possibly. I couldn't really tell you his mindset on that, but I feel like we have the guys to do something as a receiver room in this league. So it's all about just putting the pieces together and just growing and just trying to compete every single day and get each other better.
We will see him for sure playing football this year. Cedric Jackson, another guy we're not sure about. Jack Beck is in and is kind of out from last season, but last season doesn't count. This season counts. This season counts because they have true teachers. Oh my gosh. Dante Thornton, the freak, should stand up. He should be able to catch a ball after this workout from these coaches, I'm telling you right now. Our offense is going to be far more improved than anybody thought. I think so. That's what I see. Because if he can catch the ball, he's going to be completely dangerous. We have 2 fullbacks. We have Connor Hayward, which is no joke. He's a bulldozer. Austin Genty played a great season last year, nearly 1,000 yards, and that's with that lame team. He's just getting ready, folks. Mike Washington, who we drafted this year, he's more of a bulldozer, but, he can catch the ball out of the backfield too, but let's not get anything confused here. He's no Austin Genty. He can go. He's got some great speed. He's got some significant balance, but he's got a lot of work too. Dylan Labe, I don't know where he's going to go at all. So he's also, maybe he's going to be stuck to special teams.
Raiders special teams coordinator Joe DeCamillis.
All right. First, I just want to say real quick, just really want to thank, because I haven't been up here yet, but I really want to thank ownership, Coach Kubiak, and Spy for bringing me in. It's been unbelievable. It's been a great few months. Can't wait to get this thing rocking and rolling for sure. But just wanted to mention that. So let's go ahead and rock and roll.
What about Clint Kubiak attracted you to come here to Las Vegas?
Well, I worked for his dad. His dad actually played for us in Denver when I first started. He was a quarterback there. Had a chance, he asked me to come with him a couple other times, and I wasn't able to go with him because I was under contract to a few other places. But a ton of respect for the family. And then I worked with Clint for a year when he was quality control in 2016. So I'd already had a relationship with him. It just worked out great. There's a lot of similarities between him and his dad, but there's some differences too. He's both are very, very detail oriented. They love ball, which I think is huge, and he's done a great job of organizing things since he's been here, which I knew he would. So it's great to be with him for sure, and the whole staff. I worked with a few guys that are on the staff also.
Her cousin said yesterday that Kubiak comes into the building with a sense of urgency. Like he wants to get the ball rolling. Do you kind of sense that as well from him?
Oh yeah, he's all ball, man. I mean, he's just very serious. He's a little bit like a lawyer, man. When you starts talking, you're billing hours right there with him for sure. I mean, it's all ball for him, which is great. That's nice to be able to work with, and he's a good person too. I mean, that can't be talked about enough because in our business it's not always like that. But he's a great person.
Joe, when you look at Dylan Lobby, he's different position, but he's a Swiss Army knife like our friend Mike Furry, just sticks in the league. Will you talk about Dylan and how you see him evolving in your scheme?
Yeah, how do you know Mike Furry, by the way?
Friend.
He's the best, man. I love him. Make sure you tell him I said hello. Yeah, awesome. No, I think he's done a great job throughout the OTAs. He's another one that really, really sharp, gets the game, and he knows the way he's going to make it is by the more he can do, and he's accentuated that all the way through camp, and I really like him so far. Obviously OTAs, we haven't put any pads on or any of that stuff, so you'll find out more as we go through it, but really like the kid so far for sure, and I think he's going to be a good player for us.
Coach, early in the year, but the leadership you're seeing from Cousins and Crosby, so many leaders out there, what has impressed you so far?
Well, I mean, Max he's a unicorn, man. I mean, you just don't see him like that. I mean, I know the trade thing. Everybody's always talked about that. I'm glad it didn't go through. I can tell you that much because I love the guy. I think he's one of the guys that you're proud to be around for sure. He's got an unbelievable love of the game, and he's got an unbelievable passion for work, which I think will carry on to these other guys. And then Kirk, I told him the other day, I said, I love the way you ball, man, because he's a guy that, you watch around the league and you don't really – unless you've worked with him, you don't know what kind of guy he is, and he's exactly what you're looking for. No question why he's been as good as he's been.
But I just tell you, our offense is going to be insane. Now, Mendoza, okay, let's talk about him for just a second. I would love him to start. To me, it should be the best guy. But I just don't think he's there yet. He's still a rookie. He's really got great potential, of course. We're all excited, and I'd love to see him start, but I don't think that's the case. I don't think so at all. Cousins, for the first time in a long time, is healed up. He's got no injuries. He's playing very well. He's throwing the ball crazy. He's sharp. He knows what he's doing. And he's a wily veteran. I think he's worth the money we're paying him by far. And he can take us a very long way. If he stays healthy, man, it could be crazy this year. Just from him. So the offense, even with the quarterback situation, and we still have a third quarterback, which I think is good. O'Connell should stay in that position. He should learn. And we should keep all three. Because in this football, in this 17-game season, I mean, you just looking around. Look at the quarterbacks that were injured. A lot of good quarterbacks injured this year. So, yeah, 3 quarterbacks. I think the NFL should make that a mandatory thing and give them an extra slot for it. Because injuries, it's just crazy with the injuries in this game for sure. Because it's 100% chance of getting hurt. Everybody. Like I said, the offense is ready to roll. They've got to learn like the defense. And the special teams, I'm not even there yet. Our special teams is going to be very special this year. I don't know quite who's on it yet. I know a couple of players. We'll talk about it later during camp because that's a big part of your team. And trust me, our coach is not going to let that slip through the cracks. I'm telling you.
Raiders punter A.J. Cole.
I mean, I'm in my 8th season, and although I've had all these different head coaches, it's only my 3rd special teams coordinator full time. So yeah, it's been a blast to work with him. I've really enjoyed it. I've really appreciated his insight into the things that he thinks I do well, the things he wants me to improve on, and the things that I think we can do together. He's got such a unique approach. He's very creative. Like you said, he's very energetic. And I think that for special teams at this level, I think that's very, very critical because the reality is most people don't grow up wanting to play left tackle on punt team. They want to be the starting linebacker. Most people don't grow up saying, I want to be the wing. They want to be the starting running back. But we need those guys to do that job at a high level. And so when he comes into the room with that energy and that fire and that passion, I think it lights it in a bunch of other people. And so hopefully, I'm confident that that will bring the best out of the group.
AJ, you are very driven. In my opinion, and many others, you're the best punter in the NFL. How do you keep getting better? Because every year I've covered you, you do. How do you keep doing that when you're already elite?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing is I just have like a violent case of imposter syndrome. I just constantly think I just don't think I stack up. I kick with other guys in the offseason constantly, and I'm always only remembering their good punts and then deleting their bad punts. And then when I look back at my own session, I only remember my bad punts, and I forget all the good ones. So if I have one bad punt in a day in a game, that's the only one I remember. And so I think part of it is I just think that I have a little bit of that I have to kind of work around, and that's something that can potentially affect your confidence if you don't know how to properly manage it. And the other thing is I don't think there's anything special about me. I think the reason that I've produced on the field the way I've produced is because of the work I've put in. It's because of the processes I have in place. And it's not like I have something different in my genetics that makes me predisposed to be better at punting. Because I remember what it looked like when I started. And so I don't think there's anything special or unique about me. I think what's special and unique is the work that I do. And so that's what keeps me going, is because I want to be good at this game for a really long time. And I think that's what it's going to take.
AJ, for 7 years, the elite operation of snap, hold, and kick was pretty similar, play in and play out. It won't be that way this year with Daniel not being here. So how do you build that chemistry with the guys that you have so far, Kansai, obviously, and Matt? How do you continue to build that chemistry on how they may want that ball settled?
Yeah, it's just reps. I mean, it's just doing the work. It's just showing up here every single day, getting the work in, and then being really intentional about those reps and asking them, hey, how do you want this? How do you want that? How do you want this done? And it's not just the technical aspect of them getting comfortable with me holding, me getting comfortable with knowing how they want the football. It's also the mental aspect of it of like, I see myself not only as the holder when I'm out there, but also as their caddy. So, like, what do you want from me in terms of communication? Do you want me to talk a lot? Do you want me to just shut up? Do you want me to just listen? Do you want me to ask questions? Different parts of the game. Do you want, like, advice? Do you want feedback? what is it that you're looking for? End of game situation, we got a Mayday field goal. How much communication do you want from me on terms of where we are on the clock? And these are things that, with Daniel and I, we worked together for so long, we were completely speaking the same language. And so making sure that we can get to that level as quickly as possible is critical, because I do think it affects their confidence. I think it affects their ability to make kicks, which affects us winning and losing football games. So figuring out all of those things, how they want me to treat them, how they want me to caddy for them, as well as how they want me to hold for them, I think is important.
What is the best way to describe Clint Kubiak since you've gotten a chance to interact with him over the past couple of months?
Yeah, I think he's all football. I think he's very genuine. What you see is what you get. And he just wants to win, and he's going to do whatever it takes to get that done here. But yeah, he's all football, and he's very, very motivated and very driven.
You've seen a lot of different coaching staffs, a lot of different regimes. What gives you the hope that this is the right one and this one's going to work?
Yeah, and I've seen a lot. This is my 6th head coach. And I think the main takeaways I have on what it takes to be successful as a head coach is you have to be authentically yourself, and then you have to hire good people around you and trust them to do your job. And so far, that's all that he's done. And so it's been really fun to see that. I think he knows who he is. I think he's very confident and comfortable in his own skin, and that's a really impressive quality, because I think that any kind of lack of authenticity is pretty easily sniffed out. And so I think that it's been really cool to see just the confidence in who he is. And I think he's hired a great staff, and I think he really trusts the people around him, and I think that's going to go a long way.
John Spytek, when he brought in all these new free agents, a lot of them are leaders, and he was big on bringing in character guys. How have you kind of seen all these different leaders and different, not just special teams, but defense and as well as offense kind of come together so far?
Yeah, that's a great question. We do really have a high character locker room right now, and it's fun to see. And I really do believe that leaders build leaders, and so I think that's contagious. And I think that when you bring that quality of person and that quality of character into the locker room, it just rises the level of everybody from a leadership perspective, from a production standpoint. And so, yeah, all the guys we brought in through free agency, through the last couple drafts, they're all really high character guys. And it makes it easier to come to work with, too, when you've got less drama, less divas, people that show up excited to work, ready to go, and they don't have the just the droopy faces and the bad body language. That's contagious as well. And so having as little of that as possible, and hopefully you're never probably going to have 100% buy-in, but hopefully it becomes like the cool thing or the normal thing to be excited to come to work and excited to practice and excited to do the little extra things. And then it becomes contagious in that way. And I think that's how you can kind of get the ball rolling and turn that into wins.
There's first-round picks, and there's the first pick in the draft. And on top of that, a first-pick quarterback. Fernando walks into this locker room, walks into this building with a lot on his shoulders. Mm-hmm. As a result of that, were you curious how he was going to handle that, how he was going to be, and how's your curiosity matched up with what you've seen from him so far?
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I think he is just exactly what you see is what you get. It's kind of the funny thing of like in the off season when you're hanging out with people, friends, family, whatever. That's the question, right? Is like, oh, what's Fernando like? Oh, what's he like? That's like the question I'm fielding every weekend essentially from whoever I'm hanging out with, and that's just the answer I keep telling people is whatever you think he's like, that's exactly what he's like. It's not a bit, it's not an act. He's extremely genuine. He's extremely authentic. He's extremely motivated, and I think that he's done a fantastic job of not coming in here with like too much on his shoulders, just saying, I want to be a great teammate. I want to help the team win. I want to learn. I want to do whatever I can. And I think in any way that we can, coaches, teammates, friends, to take the pressure off of him, that's good. And he doesn't need to put the fate of the universe on his shoulders. We don't need him to be Superman. We just need him to be Fernando.
That you said earlier is that you believe Clint Kubiak has been his authentic self and has got a coaching staff that are also their authentic selves. When you think about Joe DeCamillis, what's something in particular a situation that you think, perfectly tells who's his authentic self?
That's a great question. I think there's just, you'd have to be in the meeting room to really see it. But when he just starts going and he just starts rolling and it's just coming off, and he's going through the slides and he's just fired up, that I think it's just that passion that you can't really fake. And when guys don't really love what they do, you can only hold on to it for so long. And we spend so much time with these coaches through practice fields, meeting rooms, etc., that it's just impossible to fake the passion that he feels for the game. And so I don't have like a specific story for you necessarily. There's probably very few that I could share into a microphone. But that passion is just hard to replicate.
Just a quick look at the defense. Oh, goodness gracious. I mean, again, when we get into pads, things will make a substantial difference. You'll see big separation. But, I mean, look, we've got two real linebackers. The Kobe Dean stepped out big time, along with Quay Walker, and we have a couple more guys that are going to be there. We're going to not have that soft underbelly that we had for so many years. It'll tighten that middle up, and we'll have a much better chance to take the ball away. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine? So, remember Booker? Yeah, we got him from the Eagles. He's a blessing for sure. As a defensive tackle, he was a beast, and he played very hard and very well. And I think him and the whole defensive line is going to be so much better.
Maxx Crosby.
Yeah, it's all the little things that pay off in the spotlight. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to show up and do the conditioning test. Everyone's going to show up to practice and do practice for 2 hours. It's about all the little things when people aren't looking. It's about when you go home and how are you resting and how are you recovering and all those things that don't get all the shine, but they matter, and nobody is forcing you to get in there. Nobody's watching you do it. You got to make that choice and decision. So, like, the people that are most consistent in the things that are not glorifying, which is time-consuming and, takes up, sacrifice and time and effort, like, I feel like I'm the best in the world at that part of it because it's really hard.
That, right?
Yeah, and people don't see it.
That.
100%.
Yeah, it's midnight and you're hungry and you're like, there's an Oreo and an almond cracker.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take the almond cracker. That's hard to do because nobody's going to see it. Rachel's not even going to see it. Nobody's telling on you.
That's the biggest difference.
It is the difference.
It is.
People don't understand that.
Yeah, I ain't going to get no almond cracker.
That's interesting you said that because I think that's the one thing that the guys, you make the phone calls in the off season, whether for me, it was like Darryl Green. I would call him and like, man, how were you successful against this guy? And when you have those phone calls and people are calling you and you're calling guys to just get that extra little bit to put you over the top, what are you saying to that young guy who's calling you, or the questions you're asking to whoever? If you're calling Miles Garrett,
who are you calling? I want to, because everybody calls you.
Right.
Who do you say, okay, what did you do? I want to be great.
No, that's real. I think, when I first came in the league, the biggest thing to me, and I think was one of the most beneficial and best decisions I made, was reaching out to all the best guys. Like, I literally DM'd J.J. Watt, Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Chandler Jones. Like, I swear to God, I was just cold trying to get in contact with them. And they all reached out at some point. And I just wanted to learn from them because, you just said it. Like, I'm not trying to be one of the best. I'm trying to be the best. And those are all the best at what they do. So I was taking nuggets from all of them, and I still do to this day. But, yeah, you talk about the NFL right now. There's so many guys that reach out. But for me, like, those are the same guys that I reach out to. Like, Von Miller's doing it at a level where you already know he's a first ballot Hall of Famer and he's still playing. Like, that's the level of guy that I want to, be considered at. A guy that's not just, a great, a guy that's immortal, you know what I mean? That's going to be talked about forever. So there's always things you can learn. And honestly, the other thing is it's not just my sport. Like, there's greatness in all different type of ways, And, I'm a huge basketball guy. Everyone knows that. So a guy like Michael Jordan, like, I call Michael often, you know what I mean? Or text him and ask him questions.
What's 23 tell you?
Hey, the things I hear from him are probably the coolest thing on the planet. You know what I mean? But like guys like him or, guys that have done it at the highest level, because you could talk about it and guys could, say they've been that, but it's like there's a certain group of guys that have done it at a level where it's almost untouchable, and that's what I'm chasing every day.
You got Maxx Crosby, Kwity Paye on the other side, and we have a lot of rotational players in there. Kieran Crawford will be going in as a rookie, right? I mean, you have to believe Malcolm Kuntz is ready to break out. So our defense is going to be vicious. Again, they have to get together and learn like every other team. I mean, some teams will have it together more than others at the beginning. But let me tell you, we're not going to be stale. We got Tonka Hemingway also being rotated in there. I think that's going to be a great, great thing. Now, we got Porter, we have Polamalu, we have Jermond McCoy, who is probably the steal of the draft, Eric Stokes. Our defensive backs and safeties are strong and fast and good tacklers. This season's going to be completely different. We're going to see that in camp right away. So when you get done with the barbecue, I understand I'm barbecuing too. I'm out here having a good time, having some beers. But remember, when camp starts, it's going to be completely different. And you're going to be real excited like I am once you start seeing this team come together and seeing how they're coached and seeing how they're motivated. It's going to be a ridiculous year. And I will say this, that the rest of our division is going to be blown away at the improvement of the new Las Vegas Raiders. And that is all I have to say about that. The late but the great Al Davis, born on 4th of July, 1929, and his last game, October 8th, 2011, when he took all 3 trophies to heaven with him, that's for sure.
Independence in the soul, born on the 4th of July. Wear the silver and the black paint, the dark in the sky. Al Davis built the shield, fortified the foundation. Now we marching through the trenches, leading the nation to excellence. Nothing less in the vision, just win, baby. That's the law on the grass. The future ain't a promise, man, the future is here. Witness the takeover, loud and crystal clear. Just win, baby, just win. Commitment to excellence, silver and black. The future is here. The future is here. Raider Nation, yeah, we making it clear. Born on the 4th of July. The shield is forever. The future is here.
Al Davis was a trippy guy, a very strong-willed man who loved football. He had a passion for it and a passion for making something that no one else would make. He envisioned a great team, the greatest of teams and players and coaches. An incredible man with an incredible legacy, and this is the only reason why we're fans. Al Davis said it from the very beginning, the toughness of the Raiders, the grit of the Raiders, the poise of the Raiders, the just win baby Raiders. He went to Syracuse, and then where he got the football bug, he went on to be coach, general manager, and then league president.
Al Davis was the commissioner of the American Football League (AFL) for only about 3 months, roughly 8 to 9 weeks in terms of active league warfare. He was appointed in April 1966 to replace Joe Foss. The AFL owners hired him specifically for his aggressive, ruthless tactics to help them fight the NFL. He immediately went to war by signing away top NFL quarterbacks like John Brodie and Roman Gabriel. which shook up the NFL and forced them to the negotiating table much faster than anyone anticipated. Unbeknownst to Davis, a group of AFL owners secretly negotiated a merger with the NFL behind his back. The merger agreement was announced in June 1966. Upset that the battle was ended without his input and opposed to the terms of the merger, Davis resigned in July 1966 and returned to Oakland as the managing general partner of the Raiders. Despite the incredibly short duration of his tenure, his aggressive strategy was the definitive catalyst that forced the AFL-NFL merger.
An incredible career, incredible owner. No one has ever done what Al Davis did. And then there's the team. The 3 Super Bowl championships, the great players, the great coaches. And Al Davis loved Las Vegas. He loved it. He was there every birthday. That's a fact. You can count on that. Al Davis loved Las Vegas, and I can't really say, but I can imagine he made some pretty good relationships while he was there, and thus there we have the new stadium in place. Thanks to Mark, of course, but I can tell you that Al's fingers were in this pie. That's for sure. Yeah, the old man had some great times. I'm telling you, some of his interviews were crazy, were awesome. The firing of Lane Kiffin, the one thing after another. I got to tell you, man, it was nothing less than entertaining, I'll tell you, when Al was in the seat. Rest in peace, Al. And your lovely wife as well. You guys were a phenom together. Carol Davis and Al Davis, towards the end, when they'd go to the away games, they'd both have their walkers. Al would go into a lobby and start telling people they're not buying enough merchandise. Classic. Witnessed by my friend Randy, and just an amazing moment. And times like that, I mean, as a fan, you're happy that you got to see that. And Carol was always so very sweet and so very nice to everyone. What a polite woman. Rest in peace as well, Carol. So happy birthday, Al. Happy birthday on the 4th of July. You were a true American hero. Hired minorities, didn't look at color, didn't see color.
When I was interviewing for the Raiders head coaching job, I was young, 31-something years old, right?
Yeah.
Al Davis.
Can't win.
And I had to get on the board a lot and draw plays. And I had seen Tom Landry, the old coach of the Cowboys, at a clinic.
Yeah.
And he would draw the offense in blue ink. Then he would draw the defense in red ink. Then he would get out a green pen and he would draw the blocking schemes, right? So it was a color-coordinated presentation, unlike this black. You can't tell who's what, right?
Yeah.
So I go interview with the Raiders, and Al Davis says, he called me Butch. Yeah. Hey, Butch, what's your favorite play on 3rd and goal from the 9? So I drew the bunch formation in blue ink.
Yeah.
I drew the defense in red. I pull out another crayon. He goes, what's wrong with the crayons? Yeah. I go, I'm just trying to give you a color-coded presentation.
Yeah.
He goes, don't you know I'm fucking colorblind?
That's incredible.
True story.
First African-American head coach, first Latino head coach. I mean, the list goes on. Amy Trask. Broke the ice in so many different places and just looked for raw talent. It wasn't about the outside of a person. It was the inside of a person that Al Davis cared about. And I'm going to go on more of a rant, but I can't. He is the reason that the Raiders are the Raiders, bar none. Happy birthday, Al. All right, it's time for that Boneline.
Okay, Raider fans, here we go. The Boneline.
7755 Raider. 7755 Raider.
Throw the nation a bone. Throw me a bone. Get on there and throw your bones. If you don't like your first recording, do it 2, 3, 5 times. I don't care. We'll pick out the best one. Don't be shy. How could you be shy? You're a Raider fan. No, we're all loud and proud. Get on the bone line because we got some guys shouting it out right here. We got some great takes, and here they are. From the nation to your station.
Yeah, there are people calling in still in July, for crying out loud. I love it. I love it because the Raider Nation, I mean, no matter where you're at, no matter the beach, the ocean, on a boat, there's got to be a little Raider talk. There always is. So call up the bone line. Don't think that we're not listening, because we're always listening. Call the number 17755-RAIDER.
775-572-4337. 775-572-4337.
7755-RAIDER. That's right, RAIDER. 17755-RAIDER. Throw your bones, get them out there. And as the season progresses, I'm telling you, man, there's going to be a lot of people jumping on that bandwagon. But I'm telling you right now that I say it, make sure you tell the young fans that are just joining the party all about the history of the Raiders and the owner and the coaches and the wins and the trophies. Yep, make sure the youngsters or the newbies, whoever they may be, get an education on who the hell we are, for sure. So let's get to the first caller on the bone line. And our first caller right out of Richmond, Virginia, Raider Trip, the RVA Raider, is in the house. What's up, brother?
Hey, Raider Greg, Raider Randy. This is Raider Trip, a.k.a. the RVA Raider. It has been a minute since I called in. Hadn't been a whole lot to get excited about the past couple of years. Last year, I went to the home game against the Chargers. That was week 2, and then week 3 against the Commanders in Maryland. And you probably remember how both those ended. They were both blowout, horrible losses, which was a particular gut punch after winning game 1 against the Patriots. So that kind of took the wind out of my sails. I know everybody was feeling the same way. Hopefully, at the end, we'll see that last season was not a complete loss because old Pete Carroll helped us get Fernando Mendoza, who I'm extremely excited about. My wife and daughters actually bumped into him in New York last December, and they were drawn to him right away, and I just started thinking then, man, it would be incredible if we could get this guy. So things do feel different this off season. So hopefully we're all pointed in the right direction. But I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do. Maybe Mendoza will get to play, but maybe it's going to be Kirk Cousins. I'm a little nervous about that just because it seems like in the past, quarterbacks like him, you know, the Geno Smiths, the Jimmy G's, the Jason Campbells, the Carson Palmers, the Matt Shops. I mean, yeah, we've seen them all. They haven't really seemed to work out for us. But I know the team is different this year, and if Cousins can't help us, we know we got Mendoza ready to go. So, Raider Nation, excited for this season. Everybody be good. Be good to one another. This is Raider Trip. I'm out.
Yeah, going to some of those games where it's a blowout. I mean, you go, you're wearing all your stuff, you're hoping for a good thing, and then, you know, it's embarrassing. And we've been embarrassed a lot in the last 20 some odd years, for sure. You know, I've been to those games. I went and saw the Broncos throttle us at home, too, with Randy. We had nothing to do, but we certainly held our own. That's a fact. Because the Broncos were in the house, and I can't wait to beat their ass at home. I love it. In their home, too. Both places. Long story short, we do have a better team all the way around. There's true competition. There's really talent. There's talent in places we haven't had talent in a very long time. And the expectation and the bar has been set very high. So you can trust me on this. There will be improvements. And like this show, like I started it off saying, our division rivals will see it, and they're going to start to freak out just a little until they play us. Then they'll freak out a lot more. I'm telling you, I am tired of being in the basement of the West like all you guys. I'm sick of it. I think it's coming to an end in a very classy fashion because Mendoza is all about class. What a young man. Your wife and daughter must have had a great time talking to this guy because he just beams Jesus. He beams the Lord. He beams truth. And you know what? He can't be anybody other than what he is. There's no fake about this guy. I have great hopes for his history here with us. I have great hopes with this team and this coaching staff. I just see so much going forward, man. Don't lose hope. I know how brutal it can be, and so does the rest of the Raider Nation, my brother. You are not alone. Things will get better. I'm telling you. Thanks for the call, man. And our next caller out of Dallas, Texas, you know him. I sure do. Raider Jesse James. He's in the house. What you got for us, my brother?
Hey, Raider Nation. It's Raider Jesse James out of Dallas, Texas. Hopefully everybody's having a great summer. Out there, I'm sure a lot of you with the kids. Some of you without. I mean, with your kids all grown up. Me, I got my kids at home, man, so I'm enjoying as much time as I can, Raider Greg, with them. Watching a bunch of film of the old school Raiders with them as well. They're getting older, so they're understanding a little bit more now. Anyways, aside from that, wanted to call in and just say, hey, happy 4th to everyone out there. Have a safe one. Y'all know that's Al Davis' birthday. And just stay safe. Rep the nation as always. And truth be told, I'm out here in Dallas, Texas, Raider Greg, and you know, you hit the nail on the head, brother. There's a lot of individuals now rocking Raiders, and you know, I'll see them in public, and I'm like, hey, what's up, nation? And they're like, hey, what? And I'm like, hey, Raider Nation. And they're like, oh, yeah. But you can tell right away, man. They're rocking it because of what we're doing. And the season has not begun. Imagine once the season begins, and all I want to see from the Raiders is, you know, I don't care for the win-lose record, whatever. I mean, we should do better, but all I want to see on the field is a competitive team. That's what I want to see, a competitive team, man. Other than that, again, happy 4th. Let's go, Raider Nation. Raider Jesse James out of Dallas. I'm out.
First off, that's funny because I look at old Raider film. I look at some of the games we had before. That's crazy. And your kids are going to know these players. Timmy Brown, Bo Jackson, craziest runs ever. You know, what a phenom. Our team, oh my gosh. So yeah, we're going to get better. I know we are. You know we're going to be better too, first of all. And then second of all, people are all going to come out of the weeds wearing the silver and black. They're going to come in with their brand new jerseys, million Mendozas, you know, whatever. You know, that's how it is. You know, when you talk to a real fan, you totally get it. You can start talking and boom, you just get into a rhythm about all kinds of stuff. But yeah, you know, these guys got to learn. You got to say, hey, man, learn about the team. Be positive, you know. Because there's a lot of them coming, man. You know what's going to happen. As soon as we start to win, you're going to see some crazy super fans that you've never seen before. We saw one, what was it, the Rhino Raider. I haven't seen him in a long time. There are going to be a bunch of them. But it's good. It's good for the team. Bring on the fans. Have fun. That's what it's all about. You know who you are. You know who we are. But I appreciate you calling in, man. Being a true Raider all the way. Have a great 4th of July, brother. And happy birthday, Al Davis, as you know. That's what I said, too. And God bless you and your family. Have fun. Season's around the corner, bro. Be stoked. It's going to come down. Can you smell the cheese? I can smell the damn cheese because it's a Cheesehead Raider. Love this fan. Love this guy. passionate Raider fan. I love it, man. You got to just love it. I do. What's up, my good brother?
Raider Greg, Raider Randy, Raider Nation. This is the Cheesehead Raider calling from Wisconsin. And, well, not a lot of football news going on. There's rumors. Yeah, there's training camp. You know, I don't really get all excited about hearing positive or negative news from training camp. You know, it can be skewed just to get people to click and subscribe and watch and view and listen and all that type of stuff. You know, and I know that some have probably thought that, oh, that Cheesehead Raider, he's a Debbie Downer. He's got no faith whatsoever. Well, I guess I've been a fan since '83, and there have been some ups, and there's been a long down. And I guess I'm just sitting back, watching what's going to happen. One thing I want to say, not quite the fourth, but an early happy birthday to the greatest Raider there was. Al Davis is, we could put it that way as well. I hope all Raider brothers and sisters have a happy, safe 4th of July. I see there's another rumor of Maxx getting traded to the 49ers. Maxx, one of my favorite players. You know, I've got 5 all-time Raider favorites. Not saying that the rest of them aren't great, just saying mine. That'd be touchdown Timmy Brown, Bo Jackson, Howie Long, the greatest defensive back ever, C. Wood, Charles Woodson, and Maxx Crosby. And with that, Raider Nation, again, have a happy, safe 4th of July, Raider Nation. I love you all. Cheesehead Raider, out.
Oh, yeah, this is the time of year, the clickbait season, I call it. Yeah, clickbait my ass. Yeah, you hear all these rumors, Maxx going here, this is happening. There's all these hooks these guys try to throw out at you, I'll tell you right now. One show that's not that way, I'll tell you, I listen to them and I watch them, Raider Films. That's one I want to promote for sure. This guy's a phenom, he's very smart, and not a lot of BS. He knows what he's talking about. He's a great Raider fan. Long story short, yeah, clickbait. We don't do that here. You know this Raider Nation podcast. You know we don't do those games on this show. All we ask for is your input. We ask you to call the Boneline. We ask you to tell us what you feel, what you think, what you saw, what you didn't see. And that's our show. Longest running professional podcast of the NFL, of the Raiders for sure, in history, period. So that's something to be proud of. I'm really proud of it. So is Randy. Been doing this for a long time, 05 when we started. There were 200 podcasts when we started. So I just thought to show you how long ago that really was. And Randy's been the man the whole time, of course, and like that. But getting back to what you were talking about, not a lot happens in the off season, but a lot kind of does happen, especially when we're in this transitional state. On a normal season, maybe not, because we would know all our players and what their positions are going to be. But not now. We're not sure where people are going to line up. We have a lot of new talent on the team. There's a lot of expectation. The bar is set very high. Thank goodness for that. I can't even believe it. It's about time we improve in every asset, every aspect of this team. We need a better team, and we're going to get one if what I see is coming down the hole. It's a real better team. And the rest of the division is going to have a real eye-opener come this season. That you can depend on. I'm telling you, man, from my heart. I understand it's easy to get down. You've been a fan for a very long time. You got a great list of players that were great moments in our history. Every one of those players had so many awesome plays. If you could string it together, I'd watch it for as long as it took. Because the talent, the expectation, the victories, the excitement, we're going to have that again, bro. We're on the precipice. It's almost there. So I just know that you're ready. I know the whole nation is ready. I'm really ready. And when camp starts, you're going to see a lot of shuffling for the best of the team. And I think you're going to see a different outcome, like I've been saying. Thank you for the call, brother. You have a safe, very safe, and happy 4th of July weekend. Stay cool, stay calm, stay collected, and stay a Raider fan, because there's nothing else you can do about it. That's a fact. Raider Nation. Let me tell you, man, I can pump this thing up all day long. I know it's all garbage until it comes out in the wash, but I truly believe we're going to have a hell of a season. On that note, all of you have a very safe and sane 4th of July. Please be good humans, take care of your animals, and be sure that you call the Boneline and give us your thoughts on this team. I'm Raider Greg, and I am out.
Yeah. Raiders are back and we bossing. Silver and black on the carpet. Greg in the booth since the 05. Real fans, we don't do the talking. Commercial free, keep it authentic. Oakland to Vegas, we winning. Worldwide nation, we global. New season energy, we different. Straight from the dirt to the penthouse suite. Used to be Oakland, now Vegas the heat. Baguettes in the shield, watch how it shine. Grinding since 05, we ahead of our time. Only the real ones allowed in the circle. Paranoid vibes keep the industry external. We don't need sponsors to tell you the story. Just loyalty, sweat, and the path to the glory. From the black hole to the desert sand. Held it down when they didn't understand. Now the Jets fueled up for the new campaign. Wash away the doubt, let it pour like rain. Raiders are back and we bossing. Silver and black on the carpet. Greg in the booth since the 05. Real fans, we don't do the talking. Commercial free, keep it authentic. Oakland to Vegas, we winning. Worldwide nation, we global. New season energy, we different. Podcast king, Grady hold a scepter. Longest run, nobody could check us. New chance to ball, new chance to flex. We don't want fame, we just want the respect. The autumn wind blowing, it's cold as the ice. Paid the toll, yeah, we sacrificed twice. No ads in your ear, we keeping it raw. Best in the world, what you actually saw. Raiders are back and we bossing. Silver and black on the carpet. Greg in the booth since the 05. Real fans, we don't do the talking. Commercial free, keep it authentic. Oakland to Vegas, we winning. Worldwide nation, we global. New season energy, we different. Raider Greg, nationwide, always free. Back, baby. Yeah. 05 till infinity.